What is up, everybody? Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, our Sager. How are you? Happy Wednesday, guys. I cannot believe it. Happy Wednesday. We have made it through. It is hump day and we are making it through the week. I cannot believe it. Y'all know, comfy Wednesday. I got my Crocs on, sweatpants. I did my workout. I finished work. We're ready to make some good eats, some good eatins. How are you guys doing? How's your week going? What's been going on with you guys? You all know, short stream. Wednesdays are my shorties. But it's just easy cooking, fun with friends, right? I cannot believe it. We also, by the way, are live on YouTube. I'm going to be doing this every stream, going live on YouTube as well, just because the videos stay there until I take them down. So definitely feel free to rewatch or have people subscribe on YouTube. We're slowly getting our numbers up. I'm going to be putting videos out in a few weeks. I actually started doing some editing and learning about it this week. So I'm going to be editing, doing videos all about cooking and different things like that. So I'm super excited to be jumping to YouTube as well. But as always, when we want to talk and chat and have a fun time, we're doing it here on Twitch on Wednesdays and Sundays. So welcome, guys. Oh my gosh. So we are doing today for dinner. This is like I said, Wednesdays normal dinner that anybody can make at home. You all know on Sundays I do like 4-course meals. But today, on Wednesday, it's just you guys in the kitchen with me as I cook a dinner. Like nothing too crazy here. And we are doing Italian chicken stacks. I am actually doing this recipe based off of the Magnolia Volume 2 recipe from Joanna Gaines. So I switch a few things around on it, but that's where the primary part of this recipe is going to come from. But it's a super simple, easy dish. We got some chicken and some asparagus, cheese, herbs, kind of different things like that. But overall, guys, it's actually a really easy dish to make, which makes me super happy. And again, once I get this down, once I finally perfect a dish, kind of like the one I'm making today, it normally is only going to take me 15 minutes, maybe 25 minutes to make during the day. So I want to teach you guys all, you can make really deliciously healthy, yummy meals in just about 20 minutes. Usually the same amount of time it would take you to probably get in your car, go someplace, pick up the food, and come back home. That's about how much time it takes me to make a meal. And so today's is just like that. It's going to be amazing. So again, I'm going off of this Italian chicken stack. I actually have her cookbooks. So this is literally what I'm going off of. Like I said, volume 2 of the Magnolia table is what I'm basing it off of. So I'm going to be kind of looking down just to see the quick things I might need to see for this recipe. But we did it. We did it. We are halfway through this week. I'm not gonna lie, I had arm day yesterday of weightlifting. My arms are a little sore today, but I'm happy. I'm happy. It's always a good day to have sunshine and you all and just spread all that goodness, right? All right. Let's get to, I think we're going to do the first part is the asparagus. So in the recipe, she has the asparagus like you almost, what's the word I want to use? You peel it. That's what I mean. She has it like almost vegetable peeling, like you're almost going to use it as microgreens on top. I'm not going to do it that way, however, just because I actually love asparagus, as does Top Dog. He likes asparagus as well, and we love getting in our vegetables. We actually really like vegetables, so I'm not going to peel them. I'm rather going to cook them in the oven and let them cook in some olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then from there, we'll eat them. So I will be doing that just a little differently. I'm just going to cut off the wooded ends of our asparagus. Oh my gosh, it's so yummy. These are good too. Usually they're like half this size in Vegas. But look at like, these are nice asparagus today. Like I said, usually they're like very skinny little guys. So I'm excited for these asparagus. Okay, so how do you make asparagus in the oven? So you can turn it to 350, 375, 400. I am doing it because I want to kind of do them low and slow. What up, Top Dog? Because we're going to be doing them a little low and slow, I believe I chose 350. I did. I chose 350. And once they go in, they'll go in for about 20 minutes. Because I want to make sure to get these fully nice and cooked. So let me move this real quick. Oh, it's so yummy. And there's a few things I'll change about this recipe. So if you do have this book or you plan on getting it, I will go over what I change. Like I said, the first part is this asparagus. I do not peel it and make it like a little topping. We'll actually put the chicken on top of this. So I'm just putting some olive oil on top of our asparagus, rolling it around, getting every inch of that covered in olive oil. You can use avocado oil, sesame oil, whatever you would like. Just keep in mind what flavors are going in with the chicken, right? Because you don't want anything to be too crazy off. So if you're tending to do more of maybe a glaze or something on the chicken that you'd see more in Asian dishes, maybe the soy sauce or the sesame oil would be really good. Olive oil, to me, Italy, Italian food, they go together, right? Okay, we're just gonna put some salt on that. And then some pepper. This is how easy it is to get your asparagus cooked in an oven. And then everything else, our chicken and everything else, is actually going to be done on the stove today. Again, super, super simple. Chicken will take a teeny bit of time to cook, so I'm not actually going to put these in yet, not until we're ready to cook the chicken. Again, it just makes it so everything kind of comes out at the same time. The dishes can be good to go. So, but this is it. Guys, look, that's how easy cooking your asparagus at home. You can do the same with broccoli, cauliflower, any honest like vegetable like that needs to be cooked. Brussels sprouts, I just advise cut them in half first. All vegetables you can cook this way. And again, 15, 20 minutes in an oven. If you need it faster or you like it a little bit crispier, put your oven to like 400, 425 for that same amount of time, and you'll get a little bit more crisp on those edges, which of course is always good. All right, now we're gonna go to the fun part of the chicken. Yes. Okay. So I'm using 2 pieces of parchment paper. You could always use a bag, saran wrap, anything like that. But I'm going to be putting 2 chickens in here. I actually have thighs. And then I'm going to put another piece on top. This whole chicken stack works because it's actually thinned out chicken. So we're going to pound it a little bit to get that going. Which, who doesn't want to get their aggression out on a Wednesday, guys? This is amazing. Okay. So, and I choose chicken thighs a lot of times. Like this recipe, I think called for a chicken breast. I choose chicken thighs because I like the taste better. I like the dark meat. I just tend to think it's just yummier. It's just yummier. So that's what we're gonna do. I will, however, grab some of my scissors. Okay, got it all. So I got 3 pieces here. But I want to grab some meat shears because I got a lot of fat on this. Normally, not a problem. It's just something for me. I'm just like, let's get off a little bit of this fat, not all of it. But I'm just going to trim it down a bit. And honestly, I could probably keep it, the fat, and these are actually going to get fried in a little bit of oil. So I could keep the fat and put it in with the oil just to help with more of that seasoning. Because obviously we're not gonna just eat the straight fat. And I'm not taking all of it off. I'm not being like perfectly off because fat is flavor. So you want to keep some of it, but I'm just looking at the pretty big areas that are just, I mean, if you took a bite, the full bite would be fat. That's kind of what I'm taking off. This one has a little bit of a bone in it, and that's fine. This one doesn't have bone. You know what? If that's the only one with a bone, let's go ahead and cut this bone out too. Just so we know all of our pieces are good to go. And I'm just gonna cut him. There we go. All right, perfect. Okay. There we go, there we go. All right, we're gonna put these all down. I'm gonna just move this fat into the trash. Hey, Rufio, how are you? How is everything going on this Wednesday? Okay. Now you just pound that chicken down. Getting really good for a Wednesday when you're like done for the week, but the week's not done with you. And they say they want it to be about an inch. So that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm doing good. You know, this week's been a little crazy with work, but I'm here. I'm good. The sun is shining. I'm excited though. I've been doing some editing of YouTube videos, so I'm hoping to have some YouTube videos and a website coming out soon. I don't know if you guys can hear me while I'm doing this, but hopefully. All right. All right, we're about an inch. Maybe just a teeny bit over. This guy's definitely good. Okay, yeah, we got it. Okay. And that's the reason I like using parchment paper, by the way, is because of the juices and everything, it just sticks. So I tend to use parchment paper when I'm doing this, but for you guys to get an idea, like here is, they look almost like chicken steaks, right? They're nice and thin. And that's kind of what you want is an inch. If you're wondering what an inch is, it is generally between the top of your finger and like your first knuckle. If you bend it, that's usually an inch for most people. But this is awesome. So we're going to just set that to the side. And now we get to start the fun part of the breading. So that will be exciting. So yeah, I'm excited though. Like we are doing, so for Sunday, the theme picked was Fast and the Furious barbecue. So I got the menu. I'm not going to share what it is, but I got the menu and now I just have to figure out how to stream from my barbecue outside. So that'll be fun. But we figure it out. That's what we do. So I will figure it out. Worst comes to worst, I mean, I'm thinking I'll put you guys through like windows and stuff and all of that. So, okay. And you're going to do a dry bread on this, which means there's not going to be like an egg and anything else. It is legitimately just, we're going to dry this off a teeny bit, put it in the flour with some salt. And that's kind of where we live with this breading. Super simple, easy breading. A little bit of salt here. And you know what? We'll put some pepper in here. Because seasonings. Hello. And we're not going to put a bunch of oil in the dish. I'll bring you guys over there in a second. We're not going to put a bunch of oil. Because what we're actually going to do is use chicken broth. I'm going to get it ready real quick. We're going to use chicken broth to scrape off the extra little bits that stick. And then from there, make kind of a little bit more of a sauce that's going to go on top. I don't need, it wants a full cup. I won't need that. I'm not doing like a huge amount of these. So, but I do want to get everything ready before we go over there. So again, when the chicken's done, we're going to put some chicken broth. It wants some cornstarch as well. Just a tablespoon. So I'm just going to keep it in its little tablespoon and set it over there as well. Cornstarch is going to be our thickening agent. And so for that, the broth, the bits, all of that kind of stuff, again, we're going to reduce it down, make it look really good, and kind of get that going. Okay. Okay. I think cornstarch. Oh, I need to get everything else because it's a pretty fast process once this guy goes. A huge part of this Italian stack: chicken, ham, cheese, and basil and chives is what I'm going to be putting on it. So let's get everything together because I want to make sure again that everything is set. We don't have to worry anything like that. So let's go ahead and let's get some chives ready. Let me get a little bowl so I can put our basil and chives all together and make it easy for sprinkling because that's what makes meals easy. If you're wondering, like weekday meals, it's the prep work. That's what makes it easy. If you can prep everything and then just sit and cook, the actual cooking part won't take a super long amount of time. Oh, we're going to need more chives than that. Okay. And you go pretty heavy on the herbs because the chicken itself is not going to have anything too crazy. I do some things, like I said, a little bit differently. This recipe in the cookbook doesn't actually call for chives, but we just really love chives. So that's what I'm going to do. This is the rest of my basil plant. So I'm going to grab all the basil off of it that I can. And that's what we're going to use on here. I got no more basil growing. Okay. Sad little basil. Sad, sad, sad. Okay, let's chop up this basil. Just a little chop, nothing too crazy. Because the reduction sauce we end up making will be the sauce that I lightly pour on top of the chicken. It's not going to be a heavy sauce. It's not going to be anything like that. You are supposed to add a balsamic glaze to the inside of that. But for me, actually, I add the balsamic glaze on top instead of inside the sauce because I like that glaze to really pop a little bit. So what's your least favorite vegetable? I will not eat beets. I hate them. I can't stand beets. I really don't like them. What about everybody else? Does everybody else have a least favorite? I know some people don't like it, but I love collard greens, but beets? No, I am not a beet person. I love Brussels sprouts. I enjoy, let's see, cauliflower I can give or take, but broccoli, asparagus, oh my gosh, what's that one I can't think of that you dip it in butter? Artichokes. I love artichokes. Yeah, but beets. Cannot do a beet. Okay, I got a lot of ham left over, which is awesome. What about you? Least favorite vegetable? I also don't like potatoes. You guys know that. But I'll eat if you gave me a potato over beets, I would eat a potato any day over that. Okay, so I'm just doing some setup here so we're ready. So the ham goes on top, and then the chives will go, the chives with the basil. I'm grabbing a different, because I cut that ham, or I didn't cut it, I just opened it up. I do want to grab our cheese that we're going to be doing and make sure I slice that sucker up really, really good. Let me grab it. And we got Gouda this time around. So it says to come with Fontina cheese. We actually got some Gouda. And I got some smoked Gouda. So we're being fancy. I'm not a huge collard greens. Ah, okay. I didn't know if I was going to be one, and then I had it in cooking school, actually, and I loved it. Okay, come on. But yeah, there's a lot of vegetables I like. I'm not a big beans or peas. I don't eat those. But like green beans I really like. But like peas, I don't enjoy. Beans I don't like. But oh, that smells so good. Okay. I need to keep this open. All right. Let me just rinse my knife a little bit. I'm going to take off the skin of the Gouda so I don't have the rind. But you love almost all types. Ah, nice. I feel like when you finally learn to cook vegetables or try them, like that's kind of what got me, is I finally had vegetables cooked a different way and prepared differently inside of like a restaurant. And I seriously loved them. I was just like, these are so good. And I figured out how to make them that way. So for me, that was like a huge part of vegetables, was learning it. Because I definitely like them crispy and I'm not like a steamed veggie person. I'd rather have them in the oven or something like that. Oh, this is good Gouda. I'm just haphazardly slicing it. Nothing super professional. I could have brought out the mandolin and cut it that way, but we just do what we can, right? Yeah, no, my weird thing is I don't like, this is probably the oddest one, is for fruits, I love the flavor of banana, but I don't actually like bananas. Their texture makes, just kind of always has made me gag. I don't know why. But I don't like the texture of bananas. But I love the flavor. So a lot of times when there's like a banana something or flavored banana, a lot of the times I'm going to love it. But the actual banana, not a fan. And I've had them super green, yellow, all of that. The more yellow they are, the more I don't like them. Like the more mushy. But you give me a banana bread, I'm for that. Okay. So now I got the cheese. This is so good. This is really yummy cheese. That's the best part of being a cook. If you're the cook in your house, you get to do that. You get to eat stuff. Same. You have to have them almost green to eat. That's crazy. Yeah, I think for fruit too, like I in general really like more of the melonies, right? Like honeydew and cantaloupe, watermelons. I do like berries, somewhat, but like raspberries I like, blackberries I like. Uh and then I'm trying to think of what else. But I'm not like the biggest fan of blueberries. I like them in desserts and in muffins, but nothing else. Okay. So I just dried off our chicken. And again, it's not like super like wet either, but I just want to kind of get it in here. And then I'm going to mess it around a bit in this flour to get it all coated. But while we're getting that coated, now we can actually start. Our asparagus in the oven. Again, I'm doing 350, 20 minutes, just oil, salt, and pepper. All right. The other thing we're going to want to do is I'm going to grab some butter. They do half oil and half butter when they put this in the pan. I actually do like full butter. I just think it's tastes yummier, like full butter. So I do almost a full stick. Like that's what I have left and I will use that. But full stick of butter, and I'm just going to Turn it on high because we will be frying these guys up in that butter. This is really how easy this is. Okay. And I'm going to put it on high just for a little bit, and then I'll turn it down. Butter burns easier, so that's why a lot of times you'll mix butter and oil or just have oil, is so that you can have more time in the fryer at a high heat. So because I thin these out a little bit more than an inch, I can go full butter and it won't burn. But again, all I'm doing is putting the coating on these. And you could do it without. If you're, let's say you can't have flour, or you don't like having that flour coating, you could definitely do it without. But I'm going to bring those over like this. And then let's prepare our area for what we're going to be doing when the chicken is done and the sauce is almost done. So we have our slices of ham, basil, and chives. I'm just going to give this a good mix because we definitely want it nice and mixed up. And there's more chives than basil, but that again is okay. This is going to be our smoked Gouda. The recipe I'm going off of, they use Fontina. I like Gouda, so we're doing Gouda because it's Gouda. And then my normal balsamic vinegar I use. There we go. Okay, we're going to turn that down. It's actually an Italian Asian balsamic. It is so incredibly good. So after we're done with all of this stuff, we're going to just put this on top. So I'm just making sure we get all of our station ready so that when we're done, we're ready to eat. We're ready. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to just make sure I grab plates. Obviously, I'm going to be making this for Top Dog and myself. But let's grab tongs as well. So we're set here. Oh, it's so good. It's going to be yummy. Okay, let's go on and do stove view, right? So you can still see that clump of butter in there. So I'm still trying to heat this up a little bit, but because it's bubbling and it's good to go, I'm going to start and put one of my chickens in. Because he's nice and hot. It's definitely a hot pan. And I'm going to put it back up to high heat a little bit. I don't want to lose anything. I do have a plate I am going to bring over though, because what's going to happen, actually, you know what I'm going to do instead? Is I'm going to bust out just a quick other pan. So when this chicken's done, what you need to do is it's going to be like 3 to 5 minutes per side. Obviously, I still have one more piece of chicken to put in here. So because of that, because I'm waiting for it to cook, I don't want these to get cold while I'm making the sauce or anything else. So I'm actually going to put the chicken in here when it's done. And then we're going to stick this in the oven. And again, this is oven safe, so it's okay. And I'm going to stick it in the oven with the asparagus. So that way it keeps it nice and warm. Now, keeping that in mind, I also don't want to overcook the chicken and not have it be a nice, moist chicken. So a lot of that too is going to be maybe only doing 3 minutes per side versus 5. Because when I stick it in here and stick it in the oven, it will still be cooking. Like it's not going to stop cooking because it's still in that heat. So keep that in mind if you do that trick. Now let's say you're only doing these two. Put it on a plate, stick it in the microwave, close the door. It's gonna stay warm while you're making your sauce. Mine is just because I'm doing a whole nother chicken breast. I'm just gonna move it around. And it gives like a mini fried feel without being fully fried because again, our seasoning of just the flour, it just gives a little bit of a breading, but nothing super, super crazy. I'm going to steal another piece of this cheese because it is so good. Oh, this is looking good. All right. Gonna turn that one over. That one got some browning on it, so definitely ready. Okay. I'm kind of just watching the clock. Once you get down chicken, especially, you can definitely tell. Like if you look at the sides of your chicken, just like steak, you'll see it cooking its way kind of up the chicken. And so a lot of that is just seeing like, okay, like it's at its halfway point. We're good to turn it. So that's like a really good indication of seeing just at an eyeball stance of like how is it going. You will actually see the cooking process happening up the side. So not too bad. Not too shabby today. All right. Oh, we're doing good. We're cooking. So I'm going to leave these in for 3 minutes. I've kind of been watching the clock. I'm going to actually put this one on this side. And all those little brown bits, I know you probably can't see it very well, but there's little brown bits happening. Those are good. Those are going to be extra flavor in a sauce. So it is okay to have those. That's actually what we're going to be using our chicken broth for, is to get those off. A lot of recipes, if you're ever wondering, and they call for wine, and it says put the wine in right when your meat's done. It's to get those little pieces off. So if you're ever like, I don't want to use wine, maybe you don't drink wine or you don't want to use it that way, you can always use a broth as well because it will work the same way for you. Oh yeah, we're getting there. That's looking good. Okay, just like 2 more minutes on this side. Then I'm going to, again, put it in here and stick it in the oven and we'll get the other piece on. And again, I did about a little under a 4th cup of butter. So like a little less than, or no, I did a little more than a 4th cup because it's a little less than a full stick of butter here, which is a 1/2 cup. I don't know if you guys can hear the sizzle. Let me see if I can get close. It is a sizzling. And it's good. You'll see it. It definitely butter. It gets foamy. It gets going. And that's okay. All I'm looking for on the bottom is that I don't see anything black or burning. Because we don't want that. If you have something in your pan that becomes black or burns, that flavor will transfer. Okay. So I'm going to just stick this guy on there. We're going to stick him there. And let's get our next piece out. For him, I will actually cook him just a teeny bit more because he won't be going in an oven. So I'm going to take this, stick it in the oven. Just so it stays nice and warm for the few minutes we're going to do this. Oh, it's looking great. Okay. And again, I have our broth ready and cornstarch. I don't know how much of the broth I'm going to be using because I want that buttery goodness to still be in the sauce that's here. So I don't want to overpower it with too much broth. I just need enough broth to go ahead and scrape the bottom of our pan to get it going. I will get another plate, however, for eating off of, because when this chicken's done, we are going to do the trick where we stick it on a plate and I'll stick it in the microwave. At that point too, I will pull out the other one from the oven just to be on the safe side. And my heat, I don't know if you guys can see it. It looks like it got cut a little bit. My heat, I'm not at the highest point. I'm in between a 6 and an 8 on my scale, which I know is like a 7. Mine goes up always by 2. So I go low, 2, 4, medium, 6, 8, high, and I'm just below the 8. Yeah, these are so good. And it cooks pretty fast, being that we pounded it down to about, I want to say we did about a 1/2 inch. So we got it down. There's some pieces that are still that inch. The rest of the flour that you had, you can discard that your chicken was in. We're not going to be using that anymore. And it's I mean, again, like I said, if I was just making this at home, it normally takes me about 25 minutes to make this dish. So it's a great weekday dish if you are at home. All right. keep it going. We're almost to the point of flipping. You can see all the flour still on there. But we're doing it. How is everybody's Wednesday going, though? How's your week? How's the craziness? Is everyone else's job crazy, or is it just mine? Sometimes I got a feeling it's just me, but I know I'm not alone. Here we go. There we go. Very nice. Got some little bits. I'm just going to pull those off. This is looking so good, though. I've definitely reduced a ton of that butter, which is fine. I don't feel like I need more. I have a little extra if I feel. But we're definitely going to let that guy sit for a little bit because I want to make sure he gets fully cooked. All right. Well, I'm going to come over here and just kind of sit and talk to you guys. Let me change my view a little bit here. Work's been nuts. People using stupid games to get what they want. Oh no, that sucks. Yeah, that's hard, Arsager. That's a hard one. I can definitely say we've got some stuff that's been changing at my job, and it's rough. It is definitely rough. I am like, whew. And each week I'm like, you know, it's gonna get better. Like, it's gonna get better. Like, we're fine. We're past the hump. And then something else happens. That's the government. Yeah, true. Very true. You know, that definitely makes it a little bit harder. But yeah, so today we had to take our dog Stella to the vet, and she has like a little lump on her tummy that we found. So we don't know anything yet. We just know they took a little like cut of it, and they're taking it to the to the hospital. They're taking it to the scientist people, and they're gonna do some tests on it and see what it is. The good news is the lump, it hasn't changed her. She's good. She's awesome. Like she's like, you'd never think it was there. But then the girls also got pedicures. They got their nails cut, and they are dead asleep today. And if you don't know, I have 2 French bulldogs, so that's who I'm talking about. No kids, just Frenchies. That's how I roll. But yeah. But then tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. Friday, I'm going to be making ramen for some people. Oops. And that's exciting. And then I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's like my excitement for the week. I got to put this fan on. I'm going to be eating all this cheese. It is so good. All right, let's check this guy out. Ooh, I'm going to turn him a little. He's looking good and crispy. I love it. You see all that brown, guys, at the bottom? It's not black, it's brown. That's the good flavorings you want. Those are the yummy things that you wanna see. So I am super excited. Okay, I'm gonna actually pull the other guys out of the stove that I took, or that I placed in there, because we want to get them at the same level this is at. All right. Again, like I said, I'm going to just put this on the plate here. Ooh, forgot I pulled that. Don't touch that. Just burn my fingers off. Okay. I'm going to stick these. I just have my microwave next to me. I'm going to just stick them in there. And now I'm going to drop my heat to medium. Ooh. Don't know. Did you guys all get some fire? Forgot to say that can happen. Hot buttery pan. Let's hope I do not set off the alarms. All right, take this off the heat a bit. Oh yeah, this is nice and thick already. I'm actually gonna add some butter to this. Is this nice? I won't even need cornstarch, I don't think. Look how, I don't know if you guys can tell, that is very, very thick. So we got this good. As I almost set my camera on fire, but that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. Yep, I knew it. All right, guys, hold on 1 second while I deal with the fire alarm. Oh my gosh, we're back. We're back. Got the alarms turned off. Woohoo. Oh my word. Gone up in flames. I cannot believe it. Ugh. Trying to look at my sauce here. Still is yummy. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got a fan up, all my windows open. Woo, that was fun. My dog, by the way, really, really hates smoke. Like, she's terrified of it. So she went running upstairs and hid, and she's shaking. So she's outside right now, like with Top Dog, trying to get a breather. Because, woo, that was fun. I am like, oh, you guys, I've been setting my alarm off a lot lately. That just, woo. You'd think I'd never cooked before. Okay. I'm going to bring it back together. Going to get my mind back in this. We're going to bring the asparagus back. I have my sauce right here that we're going to lightly put on the chicken. I have it on low. Okay, we're going to do this again. Ready, guys? We're going to go to stove view. Asparagus is going to be done very, very soon in like 20 seconds. So I will be pulling that. But I'm looking at my sauce here. And it's looking really good. Now, this is just a very like salt and peppery sauce of the chicken because there was nothing extra put in. But because it's so thick, I don't have to put the cornstarch in, which is awesome. And I'm definitely done with my broth. I don't need that anymore. That's what started this flame going up. Whew. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull that asparagus. Look at how delish that looks. Super happy. I'm going to just make sure I can kind of cut through these, which I can. Yep. Awesome. That's what I love. Okay. And now the chicken, I'm actually going to pull back out of that microwave where it was just chilling. And we're going to put it back on here. I'm going to heat this up slightly. Just to get it nice and warm, because from here what we're going to actually do is put the chicken on the plates that we're going to get ready to eat off of. But first, I'm going to grab some of our asparagus, and I'm going to lay it down on a plate like that. The chicken is actually going to go on top. So again, this is just getting that nice glaze all over that chicken. That's all we're doing right now. Just getting it all over that chicken. So that way we have a nice moist chicken in the butter and all of that. Okay, so there's some more asparagus. And I'm actually going to be putting this asparagus on, or the chicken on top of the asparagus. But let me move my plates over for how we do this dish. All right, hi, Stell Bell. You know what? It's a little thick. It's a little too thick. So I'm actually going to add a little bit of our... Yeah, that's better. It's like it's pretty thick for a sauce. So I want to make sure it's not horribly taking over the glaze and all of that. All right, there we go. I like that much, much better. Okay, let's give that just one more moment here. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got one dog back inside. Top dog is still out with the other dog. Shake up this balsamic glaze. And by the way, I get this one at, I think, Walmart. Like I said, Italian Asian glaze. And we'll be eating in like 5 minutes, which is awesome. Probably less than. I just want that chicken. Ooh. Where did my paper towel? Oh, I used all my paper towels for drying the chicken off. Okay. Let me turn this one more time. All right. Okay. Love, love, love. All right. Okay, so we're going to put one chicken there. One chicken here. I'm going to turn off the stove. Okay, so while it's nice and hot, I'm going to put one piece of, oh my gosh, ham. Then we're going to add some of that Gouda to the top here. And if you wanted to, like, you could potentially just take this chicken, this ham, maybe put it back in your hot pan. You know what? I'm going to actually do that. Hold on. Is that? No, it's still hot. Okay. We're actually going to kind of do this a little different today because I really want to make sure it gets all nice and melted on that top. So I'm going to put it back in my pan. This is the one that was inside. I need the chicken to do this. And I'm going to just stick it back in the oven. Now, I did turn the oven off, but it's still hot in there. It doesn't just cool down right away. So I'm going to stick this in just for a few moments so we can kind of melt that yummy Gouda cheese all over the place. Let me grab some more paper towels so I can kind of clean those dishes up a little bit. Again, this is just for serving to make it look a little bit better. Okay. So yeah, let's take this. All right. There's one plate. Nice and clean. Right, there we go. There we go. All right. I can move my Gouda and my ham to the side because we do not need that. The only thing we need left is our balsamic glaze and then our chives and basil. Again, the recipe I got from Magnolia Volume 2 of Joanna Gaines. It's her Italian chicken stack. I do the asparagus this way. I cook it in the oven versus how she has it as a peeled asparagus that kind of gets sprinkled on top. Instead of fontina cheese, I used Gouda cheese. And then she only has basil going on top where we really love chives and basil. So that's what we're going to do. And then for a balsamic glaze, I do this Italian Asian glaze instead. So that is kind of the differences I do in the recipe. But honestly, this is one of the easiest things to do. So everybody could make it. All right, let's just check. All I'm looking for is a little bit, yeah. All right, we're almost there. It's almost like fully, like kind of melted. I don't need it falling down, all that. Obviously, if you like that, if you want more of that crisp of the cheese, you'd actually broil it a little bit, and broiling it will help give it that crisp and bubbly. I'm just looking for a good melt at this point, not anything too crispy, too bubbly, all of that. My gosh, look at this. We're going to be able to, I think, put some stuff away. Who knew? Who knew I could do that? It's almost smoke-free down here, which is awesome. Almost. And this too, like I have some leftover French bread and I made some homemade bread here at home. This works too. Slice up a few pieces of bread with butter. That's yummy. Maybe some garlic. I'm shocked. This is like one of the only recipes I have that it's like garlic is not one of the things on the book. Okay, there we go. That's good. Just a little melty. It's just a little bit. This one has more clumps, but that's fine. That one will take its time being melted. All right, let's go ahead. Yep, grab that. Oh, that one's really good. Okay, grab that. This one is a huge piece of cheese. Okay, I'm gonna move this nice hot pan over. That way we're good. Okay. Time for the drizzle. And I know this one's going to go to Top Dog, and he likes a lot of this. So, good drizzle. Then we'll sprinkle this on top. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to show you guys on stove view. Look at that dinner. You got asparagus, chicken, ham, Gouda, basil, chives, some salt and pepper seasoning, and then that balsamic glaze. Oh, so good. So good. And I will cut through mine so you can see how it all looks together. But seriously, if easy, simple dish. Thank you, R. Sager. Nice, easy dish. Super fast to make. Very fast. Again, if it was just me making this, it would take me about 25 minutes to prepare this. If I wasn't talking, if I was just had some music on at home, all of that. That's how fast. So here you go. You got a little bit of everything in this bite. So good. Oop. I rarely can finish all my meals. I'm finishing this. But yeah, again, guys, Wednesdays are my fast stream. Super fast. I'm going to need more of this balsamic glaze, though. This stuff is just, like, too good. I'm going to actually put this on our table because I know Top Dog's going to want a lot of this. Super fast, super easy. Wednesday streams, guys. It's usually I'm here for an hour with you just to chit chat, talk about our day, do whatever needs to do, set my house on fire like I normally do. You know, all the goods, all the goods. But yeah, this was awesome. We seriously, again, I love being here and cooking with you all because again, it's a great way for us to learn, to talk, to get to know one another. And again, I'm also on YouTube now. So I'll be putting out videos. Currently right now all my videos are actually the VODs. So you can definitely rewatch them on there, but make sure to subscribe on YouTube so we can get that subscription number up. But seriously, everybody, you guys are all amazing. I love being here, and it's so fun, and what a great way to spend a Wednesday night, right? And now I get to go eat. Now I'm gonna go eat this lovely meal. Again, Magnolia Table Volume 2 Italian chicken stack. Change the cheese, change your glaze, change your veggie. It is so easily movable and changeable based on what you need and what you prefer for your taste. But 25 minutes, like I said, most meals that you go get out, like takeout, your drive there and back is probably 25 minutes. So you can make this, save money a little bit, eat something kind of fresh and fun, and get better at your skills with cooking. But yeah, join me, guys, Sunday, 2:30, Fast and the Furious barbecue, 4-course meal. We're doing it. We're going there because we're family, right? We're family. All right, everyone. Have a good Wednesday. I will see you guys later.